Okay, so welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a installation of all the parts of this assembly, and so we'll start out with the grip module first. Basically, the trigger and bow need to be put in first, and then we'll put the mag release. We'll go ahead and put a little tension on it while we turn it clockwise. That should hold the mag release in and also keep the trigger and bowl to fall out. Next, we would go ahead and install the grip onto the frame. I like to go from the front here. This particular collar seems to be a little wider than this frame, so it doesn't feel like it's putting tension on it. I might eventually maybe file that down so that it has basically tension against it, but right now it seems like it was a little too long in there and it can be moved back and forth. So I would recommend, if that's the same situation with yours and you're not wanting to have it fall out, to go ahead and put Loctite on it. Say blue Loctite on that, but other than that, for me, I'll probably end up just filing that down and making it flush fit. As far as the grip screw to the frame, make sure the flat part is facing upward, and it should fit inside the frame, and once you tighten it down, it should fall into the channel and you can feel it. There's a ledge there. Make sure that it's below that ledge and fit in there before you try to force it. If there's tension against it or if there's resistance, I would double check that and not try to over tighten the screw and mess that up. We're just going to loosely fit that. Same thing on the other side. The flat part face up, and it should fit inside the frame here, and it should be, when you feel underneath there, it should be below the ledge. Sometimes a little hard to keep it all aligned, but if it's an issue, you can always use the screw to kind of help you locate the correct spot. But if there's any resistance, do not try to tighten it down. Make sure that it's tight, and that ledge right here, it should be below that ledge on the inside of the grip. Okay. Now once you have that in place, you can put the Sear and the disconnector, and again, the way that's aligned. Okay. And I put my finger in there to help kind of align it, slide it in, and then I'll use a punch to help align everything. And then using the pin for the Sear, I'll push that through. And on the Girsan, the pin has a wider flat part on the head part. I'm using a plastic non-marring punch and type it in to be flush, and that should keep the Sear and disconnector. Next, you'll go ahead and reinstall the hammer. Same thing, locate it first. If it doesn't look like it's going to go through, don't force it. Once you get it in, go ahead and make it flush. And now the hammer Sear disconnector's in. To install the spring, what will happen sometime is if you put it through the slot at the bottom and put it on, it might not catch the Sear or the disconnector. So I like to rest it up on that first, and then keep tension, press until it snaps, and you'll see that the finger for the Sear and the finger for the disconnector is resting on its the respective part. At that point, go ahead and put the main housing in to keep it in place, and that should allow for the hammer disconnector and all that. So you would want to go ahead and not have the hammer cocked, because then the be a lot of tension against the spring while you're trying to keep everything in there. So at this point, go ahead and put in your grip safety. Okay. And you have to align the strut to make sure that it's in the center. The grip safety can find its right spot. I would go ahead and put the right side safety lever in, and again, making sure everything lines up. At this point, you can push up on the main housing, and that should keep everything together. I'll go ahead and put the main housing pin in, but since this Girsan has a mag well, I'm going to go ahead and put that in while I Alright, so now that that's in, we need to go ahead and cock the hammer back so that we can install the left side thumb safety. It does have a detent there. Make sure that's in. You're going to want the thumb safety to be in the safe position, but you're somewhat half up there, and you have to push that pin in, and it should snap together nicely. Okay, you would want to go ahead and test that. Don't let the hammer fall forward and hit the frame, but that should allow for the hammer to half cock, full cock on that safety. It should protect the hammer, should not fall forward, and even with the grip safety on and the thumb safety, it should not fall forward. With thumb safety off, should not forward. With the grip safety, it should fall forward. Okay, so that is the reinstallation of the lower part of it. We'll go back to the upper part, the firing pin and the spring, and we'll go ahead and keep that, slide that in. And then we're going to push down on the firing pin, and we're going to work that in. Then we're going to go ahead and put our barrel in. Make sure your barrel sits in. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and install our guide rod. Okay. At this point, there's many different ways to do it. I just like to go ahead and put the slide over. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and align my slide stop. And you want to go ahead and make sure everything's aligned and not to push it in, because many have marred the slide by rushing this part. And that should go in. Slide forward. We're going to go ahead and put the barrel bushing in first, rotate it clockwise. We're going to go ahead and put the spring, that is the non-opening end, in, and then the plug, and then let it snap back in place. That should be the installation of the Girsan. And you would want to go back and do your safety check again. Trigger, safety on, nothing. Trigger, grip safety on, safety is on, nothing. Safety is off, should not. Now with the grip safety and the thumb safety, in the fire position, the hammer should follow. Okay, so, and when you rack it, the hammer should not follow back. If the hammer follows back, then some adjustment need to be made. It's beyond the scope of this video, but I would go ahead and make sure that your spring adjustments on your disconnector and your sear is not so heavy or so that it's causing issues. And there should not be any hang up on your slide. Okay, again, making sure that everything is in safety check. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave me a comment. Thank you for watching.